All right, we're back at the start of the second of 3 heats of the women's collegiate JV event.
UCLA,
We have an alignment. The starter is pulling the crews.
SMU. Attention, go!
We have a start. And as we set the lanes for this race, this is Virginia A in lane 1, UCLA lane 2, University of San Diego lane 3, Oklahoma lane 4, and SMU lane 5. All boats clear of the stake boats cleanly, and all boats across the 100-meter breakage point. And we look inside out for our early leaders. This is Virginia and UCLA striking stroke for stroke with Oklahoma in 3rd place, maintaining 3 seats over University of San Diego and SMU. Approaching 250-meter mark, UCLA, Virginia are level, followed 4 seats down by Oklahoma. Then we look outside to SMU, and 3 seats behind SMU is University of San Diego. All boats now have settled into their base rate, and it's a great race so far between lanes 1 and 2, Virginia and UCLA. UCLA had settled down into their base rate, and at the 400-meter mark, there's been a 10 taken by Virginia, punched back out by 2 seats. We are approaching the 500-meter mark. At the 500, your leader is Virginia. 2 seats back is UCLA. Then we look all the way out, with SMU has done a tremendous job of coming through Oklahoma. Oklahoma is 3 seats over University of San Diego. So early in the race yet, University of Virginia is expanding its lead to 3 seats over UCLA. Both boats running comfortably bow to tiller now over SMU. SMU is 1 seat over Oklahoma, and Oklahoma has 3 seats over the University of San Diego. So your final call as we approach the 750-meter mark, Virginia, which is working on a move right here, extending its lead to 5 seats over UCLA. UCLA, then SMU, SMU, Oklahoma, Oklahoma over the University of San Diego. That's your call at the 750-meter mark.
Checking our lane assignments once again for event number 17. This is the Women's Collegiate JV. It is the second of 3 heats in this particular category. And in lane number 1, also on the lead, the University of Virginia. UCLA is in lane number 2. In lane number 3, University of San Diego currently trailing in this event. In lane number 4, it is Oklahoma. And in lane number 5, Southern Methodist University. These 2 crews will be working on getting into the petite final. The 2 crews, let's check that, getting into the grand final. The 2 crews already there. One of the Virginia crews and USC, who put on an excellent battle in our just previous race. We'll see how this one pans out with Virginia on the lead, UCLA in 2nd spot. Our cruising pace right now has been attained by most of the crews as Virginia leads the way, and they're counting at 33 on the minute. And they have opened up some water here over UCLA. Then there is a tight bunching with University of San Diego, Oklahoma, and SMU on the outside of our race course. Coming through, 1,000 meters left to go in the race. It is Virginia. UCLA has ratcheted up just a bit and beginning to challenge slightly on the inside. Then we have some open water back to the far outside. Southern Methodist, who fell off early, made a game comeback and now appear to be in that 4th position as they have eclipsed Oklahoma and the University of San Diego. This is Virginia on the shoreline with the lead. Moving comfortably. Last report around 32, 34, somewhere in there. Then out to lane number 2, UCLA put on a mild challenge just outside of 1,000 meters into the race. But now they seem content to ratchet back and let it go because it's the first two moving forward to the grand final. So we might have a very, very interesting race to see who gets into the petite and who runs to the third tier. And that race right now is between, on the far outside, SMU, currently holding the third spot. To their shoreline side, it's Oklahoma, and then the University of San Diego in the middle of the pack and currently trailing, but not by much. Virginia comfortably clipping in at 34 strokes per minute, and they are holding off UCLA rather handily at the moment. It'll be interesting to see if, just to make a point, UCLA makes a run at them. But quite frankly, with the open water back that they have, there's no sense in expending a tremendous amount of energy unless you're worried about lane assignments. On the far outside, SMU had a little bit of a course correction. They drifted out towards the edge of the buoys in their lane and had to come back, and let's see if that cost them, because the University of San Diego has picked it up and begun to move, and now Oklahoma picks up the stroke. Well, still on our lead is Virginia, and UCLA don't seem to be threatened. But out in the middle of the pack, the University of San Diego has decided to get into the hunt against SMU on the outside. These two trying to get into the petite final and hold off Oklahoma, who is beginning to fade just a little bit. This is Virginia on the lead, and UCLA about a boat length back. And on the race for the third and fourth position, we have the University of San Diego being clipped again by Southern Methodist. Southern Methodist on the outside, scoot through some buoy markers about a half a bow length ahead of the University of San Diego. But the crew that really needs to concentrate to try to get into the hunt is Oklahoma. They are pulling strongly, but they are not getting there, as right now we have bow marker to bow marker for Southern Methodist and the University of San Diego. Unofficially, our winner was Virginia, followed by UCLA. Let's see how it finishes up between the University of San Diego and Southern Methodist, as they both come pulling down to the finish line, almost bow marker to bow marker, and they approach the finish line. It looks like maybe Southern Methodist on the outside, but here comes University of San Diego. No, it's Southern Methodist on the outside in that third position, with San Diego coming up fourth, and Oklahoma making a game try to get into the petite final. Fell short as they got into a little bit of lag during the last 250 meters. Once again, our unofficial finish for the Women's Collegiate JV second run down our course here. It is the University of Virginia in the first position. California, check that, UCLA in second position, followed by a very nice finish between Southern Methodist finished third, University of San Diego fourth for the petite final, and the University of Oklahoma Norman coming in a trailing position but putting on a game performance.
We are at the start of the third